I said, I know people who will be watching this and are friends and plan to take me out. I think I don't know. I'm just laughing at them. I shake their hands still, and what they don't realise, I'm on yous. You know what I mean? I could have them all fucking sorted out now. But why? They're no threat to me, because they're not going to do no harm to me, because they ain't got the fucking balls.
This week, the murder trial concluded into the deaths of John Kinsella and Paul Massey, with two men, Mark Fellows and Stephen Boyle, being jailed for life.
In the heart of Salford's gangland, where loyalty is bought with bullets and betrayal cuts deeper than any blade, one man turned the underworld into a graveyard and left a trail of bodies in his wake. His name? Mark Fellows, the Iceman. A family man by day, a ghost with a gun by night. This is the story of Manchester's most ruthless assassin, a tale of gang wars, cold-blooded hits, and a downfall carved by his own meticulous madness. It all ignited with something as petty as a spilled drink. Summer 2014, a nightclub in Salford. A woman throws a drink at a member of the A-Team, a feared crew dominating Salford's drug trade under the leadership of Stephen Britton. Watching over them was Paul Massey, a grizzled 55-year-old enforcer and community figure known as Mr. Big. He'd built his reputation in Manchester's wild 90s rave scene, where drugs and money flowed in equal measure. But that splash of liquor set off 4 years of mayhem. Grenades exploding on doorsteps, shotgun blasts tearing through cars, and a machete attack in broad daylight. Even a mother and her 7-year-old son were caught in the crossfire, shot on their own doorstep, their legs shattered, their lives forever scarred. The A-Team was at war with a breakaway faction, the so-called anti-A-Team, led by the elusive Michael Carroll. Tit-for-tat violence that echoed the blood-soaked Gunchester days of the 90s. Detectives called it a nightmare. DCY Carl Jones, who led the investigation, described it as one of the most taxing and frustrating cases of his career. A wall of silence from terrified witnesses. More than 100 people were questioned in Massey's murder, a who's who of Salford's underworld. But no one talked. Because in this city, fear was the real killer. 18 bullets. The gunman fires in bursts, the first volley from a distance, then closing in like a predator. Massey scrambled backward, trying to fend off the gunman with one hand, but a bullet passed through his arm into his chest, puncturing his heart and right lung, causing catastrophic bleeding. His left leg was struck by another round. He collapses outside his own front door, bleeding out as his empire crumbles in seconds. Whispers spoke of a £50,000 contract, a price on his head, paid to a ghost who vanished into the night. 3 years of silence. Then, May 5th, 2018, Junction 7, M62, Rainhill. John Kinsella, 53, Merseyside's feared enforcer, walks with his partner, Wendy Owen, and their American bulldogs, a pallbearer at Paul Massey's funeral. Years earlier, Kinsella had stepped out of the shadows for a Premier League star, Liverpool's Steven Gerrard. A local gangster, George Bromley Sr., had been threatening him. Kinsella made a call, and the threats vanished overnight. Respected, feared. But this morning, he's walking straight into an ambush. May 5th, 2018. The Iceman strikes again. Masked, riding a mountain bike, he approaches from behind. Kinsella is shot multiple times, twice in the back, twice in the head. Point-blank range. The murder is another brutal chapter in the ongoing A-Team feud. But this time, the hunter may soon become the hunted. Who was Mark Fellows? 38, from Warrington. A sous chef by trade, flipping sauces during night shifts at Green Corps. A fitness enthusiast, running marathons, logging miles on his Garmin watch. A family man. Hours before Massey's hit, CCTV shows him at the Red Lion pub in Swinton, smiling with his children nearby. But beneath the everyday facade, whispers of obsessive habits, old wounds, and a meticulous, almost ritualistic edge. A criminal past filled with armed robberies, axes pressed to throats, £25,000 heists, and stashes of 9mm ammunition hidden under floorboards. The Iceman, ruthless, remorseless, slipping masks like costumes, blending into ordinary life while planning extraordinary violence. After Kinsella, Fellows bides his time. A reported early attempt misses its mark. He waits, clocks out early from work, pedals to Rainhill, swaps clothes in the woods, then goes about his day as usual. Fellows' meticulous planning didn't go unnoticed. An expert examined his Garmin watch and found he had carried out a reconnaissance mission near Massey's home on April 29, 2015. A snap from a 10-kilometer run the following month showed the watch fastened to his wrist. Phone cell site data, CCTV, and ANPR cameras tracked his Skoda Superb passing Massey's house at least twice a day in the week before the assassination, while Massey was away on holiday in North Wales. Detectives began piecing together the puzzle. 3 weeks after Massey's murder, he's shot in the hip himself, suspected payback. A 10,000-pound cash stash in his bedroom, blood money, evidence of a life built on violence. The trial. 22 tense days at Liverpool Crown Court. Fellows and accomplice Stephen Boyle denied everything, including the attempted attack on Wendy Owen. Fellows stayed silent, refusing to give evidence. Boyle, however, took the stand and revealed the truth. He had been handed a gun bag that day, implicating Fellows as the shooter. Tension cracked the room. Betrayal hit like a bullet. Fellows reportedly mouthed grass and slashed his throat in mime. As the verdict dropped, guilty on both murders, he snarled at Boyle, "It's your fucking fault, you fucking grass." Fellows received a whole life tariff, one of just 70 in England and Wales, imprisoned alongside killers like Sutcliffe and Belfield. Mr. Justice Davis described the murders as execution, pure and simple, devastating for the families. The A-Team feud was largely quelled, but its scars remain. Fellows, the Iceman, remains locked away for life, never to be released. In Manchester's underworld, he had earned the reputation as one of its coldest killers. He lived a double life, devoted father on one side, remorseless assassin on the other. But in the end, it wasn't the streets, the police, or his rivals that brought him down. It was his own obsession with precision. The data on a fitness watch that exposed the cold heart of a killer. And that's why, for the rest of his days, the Iceman will remain exactly where he belongs. Behind bars. Thanks for watching. If you found this story interesting, make sure to hit the like button. It really helps the channel grow, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think about the Iceman. Was Mark Fellows one of Manny's most calculating killers? Or just another product of Salford's brutal underworld? I always read your comments. And if you want more stories like this one, don't forget to subscribe to Dark Sleuth Secrets for more dark and fascinating true crime stories still to come. And until next time, stay curious and keep sleuthing.